Well, good day, folks. It's your boy Ferris here, and I am coming to you live from my home and bringing you just a little bit of inspiration and information, so to say, for MWR life and what this business can do for you. As I look at the comp plan, I see the amount of what it takes to make this thing really home, and considering what one person I know for a fact has been in this business and since I think 6 months now, what she's done over a period of time and what her team has done, and I'm part of that team because I'm part of the North American launch, is what I would consider a neighborhood. It's not even a full high school. Not even a big school in Texas. I did that comparison in another video where I was talking about how that's not even a really big school in Texas. Our biggest school here in Little Rock, I think, has like roughly around 2,000 people that I know of. That's give or take. They have 2,000 students. And the reason why I'm using this, school analogy is because between the colleges and all the other stuff, but whatever it takes, I look at how many people it takes to make a certain amount on our comp plan versus what is concentrated in one spot, and that is the microcosm, thinking about the microcosm of what it takes to make really good money in MWR life, as far as, and then thinking about the macro that is North America. That is not included. If you think about it, 2,000 people, that's a neighborhood. 3,000 people, that's a neighborhood. That's not even that's a blip on the map. That's not even a whole city. And this thing has got, this thing is just now getting super duper started and launched inside of America. So what do we do? What do we normies, normal people do every day that lack the necessary skill to kind of, razzle dazzle people, so to say, into taking interest in what we're doing and joining us. And I had to just, come up with a plan for myself. This was something I've done and that works for me, that's comfortable for me. And the good part about this is that just because this is that, what somebody else does on stage, what somebody else does as far as inviting and getting other people and doing all the other stuff, is that what I do opens the door to letting those people come in on my team. So I just play off my strengths and let them be them. But what happens when, there are people that they recruit and they bring in don't have those skills? You can end up choking your downline. So the thing I came up with is, help the individual use their money to get in front of individuals that are already in business and that are maybe looking for an opportunity to join, and maybe open to join what it is that you're doing based off the energy that you're selling. And I can show you ways to do that. I really wish I wouldn't have stopped doing this in the beginning, because I stopped because of hardship, but I picked it back up because I saw what was over the horizon. If you ever get, I picked it back up. I picked it up because it was hardship, and then I picked it back up because I saw what was on the horizon. I couldn't wait, couldn't hold out, and had to press down on the gas with what this thing is, saying, because I see where this train is going, and I had to press down on the gas just so I could be on that, be on that wave, so to say. So, one of the things, like I said, the first thing you should do is like in my thumbnail, find something anyone can do. I think, mail order, doing mailing postcards, mailing flyers and stuff like that is super duper simple. And what ends up happening is that a lot of people, when they do those things, They expect for it to work overnight. If they do one mailing, they think that it's supposed to work overnight. That's not the case. You have to think about the things that you do. It could depend on anything, what your mailing list or whatever you're using. There's factors in this game that even with what I'm doing is not 100% effective, but it does work. It does work in a way that if you keep going at it and keep sawing away at it, it will change the tides of whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Meaning that a lot of us are starting at ground level, or even if we're not starting at ground level, we're starting with an NFL, starting part of the NFL, no friends left. People have seen what we're doing. We've had downlines that may have dissipated and may have gone their own way and started doing other things. But, or we have, Nels running in the background and they're still working and you're still collecting the check, but you want something else because you want something broader. So, one of the things, like I said, using offline marketing methods, mailing postcards and this, that, and other is going to, works for me. And then what I do from there is when I get sales and signups, I go to YouTube, which mainly is my main, one of my main go-tos, because I've had people from, all around the world sign up with me on businesses and they even have talked to them. I've even had one dude, when I was doing this, when I did one business, I remember looking on his channel and seeing my video. He had sniped my video, man. Because I was doing the English speaking version of the company, and I guess whatever it was I was doing was comfortable. I was like, hey, this is a trip. This is cold blooded. Dude thought I was just that good enough to where he could just take my video and do whatever. But I was, I didn't, cry or complain. I just, I clapped at him. I said, thank you. I told him thank you because that made me feel good. But turn around and use that social proof, because why wouldn't you want to tell somebody or tell a worldwide audience about your worldwide business? YouTube is is the second biggest search engines that are out there right now, other than Google, because Google owns it. Is the second biggest search engine. So why wouldn't you want to tell the global community about your business? Set it and forget it type deal. And then use you. I'm not talking about using some video that you have from a webinar or whatever. Your personal touch. Because people need to build that know, like, and trust factor. Just like you're watching the video with me. I'm in my house by myself. I don't get it. Like I said, I don't get why people don't want to do this, because this is easy. This is not even work. This is not work. This is you explaining, especially with the guys, people are teachers who stand in front of people all day, man. If you're an educator and you're doing this, you're not using video to explain your opportunity to where, man, you're missing out, because you've been taught to teach. That's what you went to school for. And then, through the rest of the social media outlets, they may wax or wane. They may come, come on down there. And then rinse, wash, and repeat. Teach them to rinse, wash, and repeat, and then build systems. All you're trying to do is build a system around it. And this system has already been built. It's to get them to a presentation that's going to do all of the selling and telling for them. To build and pique interest. All they have to do is pique interest. Not tell everybody directly what it is, but pique interest into getting them to join the company. I think about this, like I said, if I had to just not quit, going back to, if I had to just not, quit when I started, because I had to quit because of hardship, and where I would have been at, what I would have been ready for, because when I came back around, I had to start picking back up and start doing all my other things. My marketing, I have 2,000 flyers that are going out. 2,000 flyers. Well, actually, 2,000 flyers is not. That's actually 4,000, because I have a stamp flyer and the MWR flyer that's going out. So there's 4,000 pieces going out in 2,000 envelopes. And, you know, what that's doing is giving people options, you know what I'm saying? Especially because I know that stamps are a really big part of this thing. That's, you know, one of the things that we have to use to make our, you know, mailings work is a stamp. So when somebody comes in on my team, I want them to be able to utilize that flyer and the stamp flyer, and the, you know what I'm saying, in the MWR flyer, and telling them, showing them, hey, this is what you want to do if you want to keep your business going and you don't want to take the money out of your pocket. So it's just really paint by the numbers. I'm using that. And then too, I have a super duper cheap stamp source. I'm still just waiting on mine to come in. Yeah. But once that goes, like I said, I'm going to make this thing home. I'm going to make this thing really, really go, because all I need, and then too, don't get mad when people shrivel up their butt puckers. Their butt puckers when you start talking about the money about buying leads and stamps and stuff like that and all the marketing materials, and they want to just do it free. Don't get mad. Don't get mad because, you know, don't get mad and don't get frustrated, so to say. Because, yeah, I had to let people go. I had a guy like this. He would call me up every couple months. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you. And I never denied that person. Even though I left that business a long time ago, I never denied that individual, you know, a conversation with me, and I'm just talking to him and trying to help him out. But I think this go around last time when I told him to, you know, about some postcards or whatever have you, that I found out that the email that I sent him in the beginning to help him out in the first place, he had never opened it. He had never opened the email. And then he called me back feeling sometimes, I don't care. Because I gave you everything you needed to be successful. I said the same thing over and over again, but you had your own plan. You can't make grown people do ish kabobble. You can't make them do anything they don't want to do. The only thing you can do is do what you're going to do and sift through the sand and find your diamonds that are going to go out here and do some of the same thing, do something similar. You don't have to do it on my scale, but you can. It's super duper easy. I got a source that's going to make it super duper easy for you. And all you have to do is just go to work and put yourself out there. And I guarantee you, if you sit there and you put yourself in front and show people what it is you're doing, this paint by the numbers marketing, I'm showing you that it's super duper simple, that it's going to be easy, and they're going to be able to do the things they want to do in life. They'll be able to make money. They're going to be able to travel more, because this is what I call the get ready company. This is all, I don't call it the get ready company. This is stay ready company. Because for me, with travel as it stands and the way I have to do travel, I have to plan 4 months in advance to do all my travel. Meaning that 1 month, I have to buy if I'm going to go somewhere in April, I have to start in January. Meaning I have to buy my plane tickets in January. Because that's going to be the biggest cost. I get my hotel in February. And the last on the list is my rental car. I get my rental car on the tail end of it, because it's the least expensive out of all the things to get. And then the month prior, you know what I'm saying, April, I'm ready to go. I've already got everything I needed. But here's where MWR collapses that time down, because of you putting back that 120 credits each and every month. After a year, you'll be able to use 100% of that, and they're going to send you on a trip. So 120% of the credits that you saved up, not just from your earnings, but not just from your personal account, but from when you refer other people, when you start taking other trips and start doing other things, it makes the time that you're going to be able to go on trips that much shorter. So if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So if you want to take a trip every other month and live life the way you want to live it, then you will be able to do that. And the reason why I'm going on about this is I turned 50 this year. it's weird for me to say I turned 50 this year. And as I look back at my life, man, I mean, I've been doing this thing for roughly since I was 33 years old. So 17 years in the game. And my biggest month in this industry was $1,000 when I seen other individuals make more money than I have. And it's simply, some of it has been my fault because I've been a program jumper. Nah, no more. No more. I'm staying where I'm staying and I'm good where I'm at. There's nothing else out there that I want to do because this is what interests me and this is why I started off in the beginning and where I wanted to be at in the first place. If I look back at my life, the way I started as a young man going off into the Navy, I wanted to travel. People tell me all the time that, that travel, they don't know who is interested in travel. Well, I point to the fact that everybody, even in a horrible juice and shake company or miracle weight loss pill company, when they win trips, they spend most of their time working towards trying to win trips. Working towards winning trips and, getting those bonuses and everything like that. They're going to tell about how these wonderful trips that I've been around the world and this company sent me everywhere. Well, you're staying in the product that I already have. The name brand product. And I didn't have to try to sell an off-brand shake that I can get in, that I can get in GNC already. So, and I probably need to go anyway. So, anyway, I know I said I wasn't going to take that long. It's been 16 minutes, and I do appreciate you guys if you have stuck out with me for this long, just talking and rambling on. I want to thank you guys. I want to remind you guys to be blessed, and I stress and always be motivated about success. And I will see you guys on the beaches of the world. If not, I hope to see you at the bank, cashing a big check, living the best life you possibly can, because why the heck not? You only get one of them. And it's something about being 50 and seeing that you have more years behind you than you do ahead of you, and nobody's guaranteed tomorrow. So you might as well make the best out of it and go see something that God made, man. Start with a company and a product that's going to help you transition into doing it and be constantly on the go and taking your family places. Because I can remember being as a kid, wanting to go to Disney World and hearing about the stories that other kids told me that they went to go see Mickey Mouse and this, that, and the other. And I was 23 when I first went. I was 23 years old when I first went. And the magic was gone. You don't think those things are important, but to children, very important. To children, to people, so when they grow up, they, they have those memories. But my parents didn't, we went to Six Flags. That was mind-blowing. Six Flags once. And then wasn't nothing else. But I guarantee they're gonna be to you. For my grandkids and my kids, for my grandkids and my kids, they're gonna experience life way, way better. Way, way better. Anyway, so with that being said, remind you guys to hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell to be notified of all future uploads I will be having on this channel. And yeah, pickety peace, people. Thank you.